I'd like to do some calculations in the hopes that I'll come to some realizations. My mind ain't not what it used to be, that certainly isn't used to me. But I wanna know how my life was spent now that I am near the end. So I'll add, subtract, multiply and divide, and try to figure out what I did with my life. I spent 27 years in my bed, and there's not a lot that I would have preferred to do. Instead I spent 2 years chewing and 6 months wooing, and I'm sure you're curious, almost 3 years pooing. I spent 25 years looking for a guy that I wanted to kill when I didn't want to die. But I spent 57 years loving you, my friend. So I guess it all makes sense at the end. I spent nearly a full year masturbating, second only to the one we spent copulating. I know you're not a fan of this vulgarity, but completeness is important for full clarity. I spent more than 7 years watching television, and how could I not regret that decision? But I don't think I'll ever know how much time I did or didn't spend looking into your eyes. I spent 27 years in my bed, and there's not a lot that I would have preferred to do. Instead I spent 2 years chewing, 6 months wooing. I'm sure you're curious, almost 3 years pooing. I spent 25 years looking for a guy that I wanted to kill when I didn't want to die. But I spent 57 years loving you, my friend. So I guess it all makes sense at the end. I've never known any way but numbers and sums to understand what we got and what we have become. But like numbers are perfect, that's how this has been for me, and I hope that I still give you everything you need. 80 years alive and 4 eating food, 5 reading books, 57 with you. 2 wise, 1 nose, 1 smile, 1 life. It somehow isn't ever quite enough time. I spent 27 years in my bed, and there's not much that I would have preferred to do. Instead I spent 2 years chewing, 6 months wooing, and sure you're curious, almost 3 years pooing. I spent 25 years looking for a guy that I wanted to kill when I didn't want to die. But I spent 57 years loving you, my friend. So I guess it all makes sense at the end. I guess it all makes sense at the end. So I guess it all makes sense at the end. Hi guys, thanks for watching this video. The song you just heard was It All Makes Sense at the End by Hank Green, and it is available on CD and iTunes and Amazon MP3. I shall put links down below. As you probably have heard, it was Hank Green's birthday yesterday, which is kind of an odd coincidence, but happy birthday, Hank. As a fun fact, when people were voting 2 weeks ago, this song actually managed to get more votes than the 2nd and 3rd place combined, so you're quite a popular guy here, Hank. Speaking of votes, it's time to vote for the song we do next time here on A to Z Covers, and that is the letter J. Your song choices are Jacqueline by Franz Ferdinand, Jenny Was a Friend of Mine by The Killers, Julia by The Beatles, or Just the Way I'm Feeling by Feeder. As usual, there are annotations on the screen that will take you to the original versions of each of those songs if you're not sure what they are. And if you leave your choice in the comments below, I will tally them up, and in 2 weeks' time you can hear the song that wins. If you're having trouble deciding, then vote for Jacqueline, because it's like one of my favourite songs ever. Okay? Okay. Me? Biased? Not at all. Fingers crossed, as long as exams don't get in the way, there should be a video coming for you next week, so until then, I will see you. Goodbye.